The worst horror movie I ever saw was fucking great.
Hello and welcome to This May Hurt a Bit. My name is James Strayer and this is
John C. Myers.
And we're a horror franchise podcast discussing each film in horror franchises. And today we will be discussing Silent Hill Revelations from 2012. But first and most importantly, we have a special guest. He is the co-host of the Star Trek podcast Green Shirts and our resident 3D expert, Rob Campbell. Welcome back, Rob Campbell.
Hey, coming at you in 3D.
You are 3D.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Third dimensions.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Hi.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. What was the last one you were on?
Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Do your thing, cuz.
Do your thing, cuz. Right.
Which was still in my 3D disc player. That's step one. Go to your 3D TV and take out the disc that you hadn't watched anything else since.
That rules.
Charge your glasses. Make sure to charge your glasses, which mine did actually die at the last 5 minutes. But
so you didn't see the last 5 minutes of the movie?
well, they were blurry. Not too blurry. The 3D TV isn't too bad. They get blurrier the farther a person walks away. So as Sean Bean, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the movie yet, the farther he walks into the mist, the blurrier he becomes before he turns into mist.
Got it. So before we really dive in, can you tell the audience or remind the audience? I mean, all the Rob heads out there are very excited for the 3D analysis, but can you remind everybody what your setup is and remind people that 3D technology for the home entertainment systems does exist?
You know, as I mentioned in my first appearance, I grew up with a Viewmaster camera. My parents took a lot of photos in Viewmaster. So, and my dad just actually recently put together a slideshow of anyway, sometimes we'll get together, we'll project onto a silver screen and wear polarized glasses and see and my parents would always make sure to put a cactus in the foreground of the photo. So I've always been a 3D head, and now just for Texas Chainsaw, I went through the minor trouble of getting a 3D television off of Craigslist and a 3D player off of eBay, and then now I'm on the lookout for some more 3D movies to add to my 2 3D movies that I own. So if you down in the comments, go ahead and recommend what I should be looking for. I'd love to find a lot of
Fright Night. We did that one. That would be a 2011 one. That's a 3D
and I feel
jam.
bad. We dropped the ball. I mean, you should have been there for that. But I had no idea that it was in 3D until John told me.
I'm glad that I got to watch this wonderful movie instead.
Right.
It has its issues.
Yeah.
But yes. So I was down in my cluttered basement. I get down there, I clear a spot on my couch, and then I watch it in 3D with my charged up 3D glasses. And
how was the 3D? Before we get any other issues, possible issues with this movie, how was the 3D?
Just like Texas Chainsaw, there are moments that are pretty impressive, including right off the bat, I'm excited because the DVD menu has play is coming out at you,
Nice.
And so all the options on the left side, I'm oh yeah, this is rad.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. It does add probably a point to the score of this movie, because it is just kind of I'm a sucker for a good it's a total gimmick, as we've discussed.
Yes.
But I'm a sucker for it.
This one was shot in 3D. It wasn't post-processed later.
You could tell because there's those shots where oh yeah, there's the sword coming out at you. There's the shot that's intended.
Yeah.
So there are some pretty good 3D moments. There's some pretty good ones. They do kind of start with a bunch of good stuff and end with a bunch of good stuff. I think that's how a lot of these 3D movies operate.
Had you seen the previous Silent Hill film or played the game or anything like that? Or were you just going in this for the 3D of it all?
I watched number 1 so that I just last week so that I could enjoy your podcast episode about it. And I'm glad you mentioned the Konami code. That was important to me.
Yes.
It was fine. I hadn't seen the movie, but I was pretty familiar with. I listen to a lot of podcasts about video games, and they often talk. I know about Silent Hill. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know the deep lore, but I actually do enjoy when you guys talk about the video game lore on top of the movie lore. I'm probably maybe I'm the only podcast listener that enjoys. I don't know. Maybe everybody does. Hopefully,
I like it. I like to know.
So not a big video. I do play some horror video games. I played some Resident Evil. I even did Resident Evil 4 on the Meta Quest. They have the 3D virtual.
How is that?
The VR experience. It's good. It's fun.
I love that game.
Haven't been playing VR much lately, but that was one of the winners.
Yeah, so neither one of us, John nor I, had seen this one. So this was kind of picking up where we left off last time. It was a this can only go more fun and more nuts than the kind of previous one that we kind of liked, even though it wasn't, it had plenty of issues, but it was pretty to look at times, and then just got so bogged down in the seriousness and the lore. And when I found out this was 3D, I was like, oh, they're going to get funny with it a little bit, and a little goofy. But I don't know.
It was a different kind of goofy.
Yes.
Right.
So I believe this one follows a little bit closer to Silent Hill 3. Is that correct, John?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And in fact, that was a big thing for MJ Bassett, for the director and writer, I believe. Director of Solomon Kane, which I think is important to bring up because, one, that movie is ugly as hell.
Yes.
Really?
And two, I think that kind of epic fantasy seeps into this a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
But
too many medallions.
A lot of medallions, like old wizards somewhere.
Yeah.
In an interview, MJ Bassett had said that they basically got this job. Christoph Gans wanted to do another one.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Avery's like, well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. But then Roger Avery had another great idea, and that was vehicular manslaughter.
Right.
Oh,
That didn't work out so well. And so he went to jail and stalled the whole production, and that didn't end up happening. MJ Bassett ends up getting this. Apparently he's a big fan of the games. Wanted to do 3, but also like, well, I want to make Silent Hill 3, but I need to be true to the movie that came before. This is a sequel to this movie, so I need to address their world. Trying to serve both those things does not work.
Yeah. It took me a second getting into the movie. I was like, wait, those aren't their names.
Heather's fine. I was Sharon, then Mary, then Kathy. Oh, Heather. You were Christopher, and now you're Harry. Names don't matter. Still me.
They kind of ham-fistedly shoved that in, like 45 minutes into the movie, you get the scene of Sean Bean killing a guy, and that's why they're on the run and changing their names. I was just sort of going with it at first, and I was like, oh, you needed to do that too?
Yeah, it's sort of like, I'm assuming this is the same guy. Otherwise, this is kind of creepy and strange.
yeah. They throw away a line before the flashback of like, oh, because of that murder that happened. I think there's like some shoehorned line earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says something about my dad acted in self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To the PI, right?
That was
Right.
it. Right.
But yeah, I don't know if this director is like the one to blame. Let's just get it out of the way. This movie's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the director's to blame or this is the writer director. So I think that's pretty solid.
She has accepted blame for it.
Yes.
She's like, there are certain things that, the shooting schedule, trying to deal with 3D, whatever. There's stuff that was out of my control that made it bad. But ultimately, I'm the one who headed this all up.
Mhm.
So it's my bad.
Yeah.
Which that's big of you. There's to at least be like, I'm not at fault for everything, but part of my job is falling on the sword for this.
Yeah.
So
They they're still working. They did an episode of Reacher, which I watched on Amazon
Reacher.
or whatever.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Ash versus Evil Dead. I didn't watch any Quantum Leap of that, but Red Sonja. I don't know if that's any good, but most importantly, NCIS Tony and Ziva. Is that from like the X versus Sever versus, or is that like a
Yeah.
what's the Fast and the Furious?
Hobbs and Shaw.
If I feel like it's from the Hobbs and Shaw verse, perhaps.
Right.
Probably. Yeah. They're the two. What even is NCIS about? It's Navy stuff, right? Aren't they like troops? Or am I thinking of JAG?
No,
Jag,
don't talk about
JAG is Air Force.
Now we talk about JAG a lot in my Star Trek podcast.
Right, that's why I bring it up. That's
right.
probably why I was thinking about it. I just look at your face and I think JAG.
For the record, JAG. Now we're moving on. We've moved on from Next Generation. We're not talking about Star Trek Picard.
Ooh.
And right now, our saying, we often say, Bosch is the new JAG. Bosch is the new JAG. That's a T-shirt
Bosch,
that I'm working on.
Nice. Yeah.
Because we keep looking for actors who are in Bosch instead of JAG now. Anyway, that's all inside baseball.
Inside baseball.
Are there a fair amount of Bosch?
Well, now that we started that phrase, it's not as many as we'd like. But
Okay. So start a petition. Get more Bosch on Picard.
Yes, we noticed it 2 or 3 times, and then we started this phrase, and then ever since we get very excited when we see an actor who has also portrayed somebody in Bosch.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't even know what Bosch is. Anyway, NCIS, I don't know. It might be, I think it's, I don't even know what it stands for. So we're really
Navy control items.
Intelligence system.
Intelligence system. Navy control intelligence system.
Yeah.
Well, now make sure to tune into NCIS Tony and Ziva on Paramount Plus.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we always say like, it sounds like she's a working director. So that's great. Like it's hard and it's a living, as they say. So, well, the Flintstones say, but, Yeah, so just keep cranking them out, and even if this one didn't quite work out, it sounds like she's still got a career. And I was vaguely curious about Red Sonja because I'm a sucker for dumb fantasy movies, so
Sure.
I know I'm going to watch that at some point. So
Do you think that they got their job on Ash versus Evil Dead because of all the Ash they worked on in this movie?
oh, that's
probably
very good
exactly,
possibility. Yeah,
And then we're very disappointed when they got to set and learned it was a guy.
it's
Right.
just the guy.
The 3D Ash was very impressive, actually. That right off the bat, when the Ash, that's usually a lot of times a 3D movie, it's kind of like goes into the TV like you're looking at a diorama, but the Ash actually did feel like it was in the room with me, and not just because my basement is gross.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that a basement
It's not just
problem?
the black mold.
It could be a little combination. We just had our furnace worked on, so maybe there's still some dust flying around. But
A burned Alessa that's powering your furnace.
that's man, that'd be
Yeah.
what a money saver.
I would so kicking off this movie, I was immediately like, oh crap, they're going the whole Dark Carnival route, which is for me not something that I get enthused about because I feel like it's just kind of overdone and all that kind of thing. But then insult to injury, poor old Pyramid Head is just he's a carny now.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just working.
He's just working on that stupid carousel, and I was just like, wow, this is where we start with this one.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
You got to think it's like they probably have a pretty good union then, because that's a job that could have been automated. But they no, Pyramid Head, he's a shop steward or whatever. Like he's been in there for a while. We need him to turn the cranks. His dad did it before him.
Yeah,
He's going to stand in the middle of the carousel and spin it.
Mhm.
Would it be worse if he was in charge of the throw a ring over a bottle booth, or if he was in charge of the pop a balloon with a dart booth,
or the water squirter thing? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
No, that would be bad because he'd have to have like a little straw hat at the top of his pyramid head.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
You know-
Not so good at the barking. Not that guy. Pretty quiet.
It takes a person with charisma to get people over to the booth, and Pyramid Head probably does not have that.
No, it's probably best that he's on the carousel of human flesh.
Yeah. So, and this also right away was just like, not that Hellraiser has, the cornered market on this kind of stuff, but I immediately went, oh, this is latter Hellraiser, carousel horses of humans, which all this stuff, like on the surface, it's not that bad of an idea, but again, kind of corny. Like, I feel like, I'm just kind of tired of the circus thing.
Yeah, what's the best circus horror set piece? Like, what's a movie that did it right?
Funhouse?
I was just going to say Funhouse, and that's like Toby Hooper, right?
But frankly, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm very much, clowns aren't scary if you try to make them scary.
Right.
Then that kind of thing, like a little bit later on when she's actually at the fair and she ends up making eye contact with a clown.
Mhm.
That's the worst thing you can do. That's terrifying.
At the mall?
Right.
Yeah, but
The
then,
mall clown.
Yeah.
but then when he turns into an evil clown later, it's like, oh, well, that's now you just look like you're part of the Dark Carnival. You're a juggalo.
Yeah.
Except, of course, Art the Clown. We all love Art the Clown.
Oh, who doesn't love Art the Clown?
love
Such a
him.
rich character.
Yeah. Can't wait till we get forced into doing that one.
Art the Clown. I mean, this whole movie did really remind me of I've never been to Hollywood Horror Nights, but I feel like this whole movie was totally just I could see this all recreated at a theme park.
You know what? They did that in 2012. And when I read that information, I thought, I kind of wish I would have gone that year, because I've been to Hollywood Horror Nights twice and I've had a good time. Except for
I think it's great.
Yeah.
This movie would make a better live person, teenagers jumping out and scaring you situation. It would also be a better video game than a movie. I mean, I would excuse this as a video game. I'd excuse it as a live performance. As a movie, it failed, I'm afraid.
So on the topic of things not being scary, trying to be scary.
Yeah.
Like, to you, is the word or the phrase Silent Hill? Because you'll see it written all evilly.
Mhm.
Does that sound evil to you? Does that sound ominous or creepy?
No, and you know what? That's the first problem with this whole series. Not enough hills.
Not pretty flat.
I mean,
Pretty
if,
flat.
if I visualize a Silent Hill, I'm like, oh, I'd like to go up onto that hill and just read a book in the sun.
Yeah.
It's a nice, quiet hill in a park,
Because I think that's one of the problems with these movies is the idea that to me anyway, it's Silent Hill. It just kind of sounds like the name of a town, you know, but they keep writing it in this Slayer font.
Yeah.
And it's this doesn't work at all. It kind of is the horror is that this was just a regular town and it went evil. Not that like this town is fucked up, bro.
So
that's why it's called Silent Hill.
It should be called like Franklin Town or something like that.
Or it should be called Terrorburg.
Terrorburg. Right.
Well, I mean, maybe it's the fact that any town could be this scary. This could be any town USA, right? So that's where the fear really comes in.
Yeah.
But then when you write it in metal font,
in blood, on
you're
the
trying
wall.
too hard.
Yeah.
This actress is not Michelle Williams.
No.
Okay.
No. I went to the boys down in the lab. We ran a series of tests. And no, that is Adelaide Clemens.
But it looks like her, right? I'm not crazy, right?
No, she's got a Michelle Williams vibe.
Maybe that's how she looked in 3D. But
yeah,
she had the Michelle Williams graft over her.
I know Adelaide from Justified City Primeval, which I did watch. I don't remember her in it, but she is in 8 episodes. She's Sandy Stanton in Justified. I don't really recognize her from anything else. Voltron. Ooh.
Oh,
the voice.
Yeah, I don't recognize her from anything else.
Is she like part of a thing that forms together to become Michelle Williams?
Oh, maybe that could be it. She might be.
And I'll form the head.
Right.
She is a carnival girl in X-Men Origins Wolverine. So this is not her first so that's her first carnival role.
Got it. Okay.
It's her second rodeo.
Yeah.
Carnival.
So we slowly start to find out that Sean Bean is still alive.
Still alive.
And his name is something else now. Maybe not Henry.
No, it is Harry. It was Christopher before.
That's it. And so now he is canonically Harry. That was his character name in the video game.
Yeah.
As much as that mattered. They're alive. They've escaped Silent Hill and they're running around, but we get a big old dumb jump scare. And the only reason I'm stopping on this is how is the 3D
Pop-Tart?
the blades going through?
I thought the 3D Pop-Tart was actually a bigger scare than the sword.
Really?
3D sword through the chest. Yeah, not too bad. Sometimes they move a little too quickly to really make an impact.
Yeah.
This is one of those that just kind of like not the clearest. I didn't jump.
Right.
I wish they'd cut on it would have been better if the sword like turned into the Pop-Tart in the cut. That would have been,
that would have been delicious. Part of my problem with that thing is immediately I was thinking about Hellraiser, not just because of the clear Cenobite. I mean, Silent Hill in general was influenced by the Cenobites. Some element of it was influenced by Clive Barker and that thing. And so then the feeding back on that, fine. But yeah, it was pretty big in that. And then because it was a dream sequence into a dream sequence into a wake up, it was like, oh, are we doing one of these?
Yeah.
But it's also like I started to immediately get nervous because in the dream that she has, this alternate version of her, this dark version of her is like, don't go to Silent Hill. And then she wakes up and goes, I got to go to Silent Hill.
Yeah.
It's the only way. I think we need a drinking game where every time we mention Hellraiser, which is going to happen many times, you have to take a drink.
On it.
I'm already drunk.
Yeah. So evidently the mom is still trapped in Silent Hill and they need her. But they need our protagonist.
They're stuck in Dark World, right? So like you're wondering at this point, how did Ned get his daughter out of, I'm sorry, I call him Ned Stark.
Right. Yeah.
That's fine.
How did he get his daughter out? What happened? I mean, we're asking questions. It's good that they do eventually answer it, but we're in the dark. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Right. Because it seemed at the end of the last movie that she was stuck with
in the other side.
Sharon, like Alessa and Sharon had formed into one thing.
Yeah.
Stuck in the dark side.
Let's call it, I don't know, the upside down. I don't know.
We'll call it, yeah. That's a good term. This is nice.
Yeah.
Nice and clever. They have this whole conversation about like, well, we're in a new town. You got to lay low. Don't tell anyone anything.
Maybe even change your name.
Yeah. And then he just is looking at a picture and then just gives a whole bunch of exposition.
Hey, Rose. I wish you were still here. It's been so hard since you brought Sharon back to me.
Then he has a flashback, like he looks in a mirror and it like cuts to immediately him looking in a mirror in the past, presumably like in the house they were in originally. Rose comes out of the mirror and is like, oh, hey, I'm stuck in Silent Hill. I was able to get Sharon out, but you got to protect her. I'm not going to tell you who from or anything, but just protect her. And, I don't know, this is all crazy. Bye. But it's like, it's done in this way that it seems like he's experiencing this vision right now. It took me a second to figure out that this is a flashback from before.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because eventually like he turns and there's Sharon on the couch holding this seal.
Well, I knew it, but I'm not a fucking idiot. So
yeah, see, I'm dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Because it was very jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I figured that we were going to get an explanation I don't know. Yeah. The flashback. I don't know why I guess she doesn't visit him after that, presumably because she gets captured or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of loose ends that come out of this. That's one of them where it's just like, and then she disappears, and
it's great when the loose ends are at the beginning of your movie.
There's several at the end.
Yeah.
Are we calling not Michelle Williams Heather? Are we going to call her Sharon?
We'll go with Heather.
Yeah.
So she says names don't matter. Like, she's already has this teenage streak of like, I don't give a shit about anything. Names don't matter, and then so super angsty.
Yeah,
she's a teen,
but she gets cool vests.
Yeah, is that like from the video game? I felt like that was like Easter egg.
Yeah,
that is very much from the video game. Yeah, that's her outfit that she's wearing in the game.
Okay. Good thing we got a scene for it.
And she's on her way to school. She starts having some hallucinations, seeing
homeless jump scare.
Yeah,
a homeless guy with no face, or with like a big scar on his face,
followed by the guy in a hat jump scare. They do a lot of jump scares in twos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
sword to Pop-Tart, homeless guy to guy in a hat.
Yeah,
second one, you got to do that,
right?
But yeah, so this guy, and it's played by Martin Donovan.
He's Fred Trump in The Apprentice.
Because I only know him from Tenet and that one.
I actually haven't seen Tenet. I was afraid that I was going to feel stupid.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Are you stupid, or is the movie stupid? You know,
I don't know. Some people really like it. I feel like I might like. I mean, I do like the idea of things.
I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. I think it's because it's much more like, just go with it.
Yeah.
It's not trying to explain everything. It's just like, it's fun.
But yeah, he's Trump's dad in that movie. Did you watch Apprentice? I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah. No, I have not yet.
I kind of enjoyed that.
I like that movie. I hate to say it, but yeah. So we go from the big old vest reveal to her first day in a new class, and one young woman makes fun of her for looking like she's dressed at Goodwill. And I didn't know that this was still a sick burn. And also she looks like way more fashionable in this drip, as the kids say, than, most of the rest of everybody else. But
she's probably always covered in ash from walking through, always like transporting into the ash world,
right,
the upside down.
That could be true. Yeah.
So she's like Pigpen, always like ash just all around her all the time.
Yeah. But she gives a big long speech about don't be friends with me. I move around a lot. I go to a dark world all the time. I won't be here the next time you talk to me. And who gets a boner from that? Good old Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
There. Yeah.
I got to say, he's got some load-bearing facial hair.
Oh,
I think, maybe it's like when you see someone that you've always known wear glasses, and also they're not wearing glasses, you're not used to it. I like my Jon Snow facial. Yeah, put your glasses on. That's disgusting.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
As a man with a beard that I'm not allowed to shave, or else the moon will crash into the earth, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, no, believe me, I'm with you, buddy. It's just nice to know that even the handsome have to deal with that too.
There you go. And I like Kit Harington just fine, but he does not have a lot to do in this one. I do love that in an interview, he's like, yeah, I tried to play the game before and it scared me too much. And then I realized that my character had nothing to do with the character in the game, and it doesn't matter. I was like, good on you, buddy.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
So he takes a liking to her. That's a long way of saying.
Yeah, she really doesn't know how to, like, that's not a good way to be like under the radar, or if she's trying to like not draw attention to herself. This whole speech is really just, she should just be a little more chill.
Yeah.
I probably would have been a little bit like, as a teen, probably been like, yeah.
Right. I wish I had her chutzpah. So she leaves, and there's a detective following her again, and she has more visions of this weird birthday party. So we get another horror set piece here where she wanders around for a while, and she sees a truly twisted birthday party where everybody's eating bloody stuff. You got kids, Rob. Is this how kid birthday parties go typically?
100%.
Eating bloody chunks of something
at the mall, just kids ravenously. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
She does see in that scary hallway that creature kind of coming towards her it's from the first movie as well, and it's from the video game. Mm-hmm. But I do have to say that I don't think she should be afraid of it. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because it's armless. We'll be right back. It's totally armless.
It's totally harmless. Yes. I like it. Well, the bit that I thought was okay was where she goes back into the kitchen area, and it's just got a guy, and the effects are not that good, and that's why I kind of liked it.
Right.
Just hacking slabs out of somebody who's hanging upside down and throwing it in a frying pan. I think that they thought it was going to be more slick. And so the fact that it wasn't charmed me, and I liked it. And I was like, that is a good effect because he didn't try too hard.
It's at the mall. So what, like, do you think he's like chopping it up for Sbarros?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be some sort of Cinnabon, but no, it's not baking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be Skinnabon.
Cinnabon. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if the part that he cut off would be the tastiest either. It's just like a piece of his fat.
Right.
Just
I don't know
chunk.
if it would be a very good. I don't know if it's a good piece of flesh to
What
eat.
would you
I don't know.
prefer?
Sound off in the comments. Any cannibals?
Yeah.
I feel like you usually want some like, I don't know, some muscle,
Well,
right?
but I mean, think of it like pork belly. Maybe he's going to make some ramen with it or something, you know?
Okay.
I can go for some mall ramen.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just sort of walks through the area, and that bit I sort of don't mind because it did feel like, you know, the best parts of the game where you're just walking around looking at creepy shit and it doesn't really matter.
And there's that balloon that says Heather on one side and Alessa on the other, which tells us that there's two sides of the same balloon. This
the same
character.
balloon, yeah. All of a sudden, when the PI confronts her, he says that he's from the Order of the Valentiel. Valtiel.
I'm trying to help you.
Take back! Why?
Because I didn't know who I was working for then, but I do now. They call themselves the Order of Valtiel. And they want you.
You're lying.
You don't understand. They know where you are. I told them where you are. They're coming. You've got to get away.
Don't worry, I will.
Now, the thing I just noticed is she had a lead pipe, which is a weapon in the game. And I liked the seeing the lead pipe.
Easter egg.
I clapped, you know, when I saw the lead pipe, you know.
Well, that's a thing that like, so that character is basically in the game too. But the decision to keep him in a like fedora and trench coat is a very, because it's not like that wasn't dorky and weird in 2012.
Yeah.
Like that was a very bizarre choice, particularly because he's supposed to be like, I mean, I know they kind of present him as creepy and unsure at first, but like you're not going to ever get anyone on your side if you're dressed like that. I'm sorry.
What if he says "my lady" to her?
Oh,
when he goes
well,
up,
he did.
you know,
That's the problem. Yeah, I think you
tosses
nailed it.
that. Yeah.
Now, my son he is a teen and he has been watching the Minecraft movie on TV.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I do wish that this movie had the same. What if people were like bringing lead pipes to the theater and like, yeah, it's from the game, and they're wearing pyramids on their heads, and
I got to wait for the final fight movie for that, I guess.
like, yeah, remember lead pipes?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody goes nuts and they throw lead pipes at the screen.
And you know, nobody gets injured at all.
It's too bad. It's too bad that didn't happen.
Now there is a bit of 3D magic coming up.
Yes, 3D fingers. Oh, that's excellent. Some excellent finger work coming right at me. I thought the fingers were in my lap.
Yeah. Now, who are these fingers attached to? A Cenobite.
No, those were his. Those were the detective's fingers.
Oh, you're right.
They chop off
Yes.
Detective Douglas's fingers.
He was busy giving her a bunch of information that he knows for some reason.
Yeah.
That he knows that she wasn't in a car accident, which is what her dad has been telling her. Is that mom is gone because of a car accident.
Okay.
Heather does not know that she was Alessa. The thing that I'm just going to get to this now because this is bothering me. The whole problem with the first movie is that they were split, right? And
right.
It seems like that the problem for this movie is that they're split.
Yeah.
So like, why did Rose be like, I'm just going to keep this train going? Maybe someone will come and get me if I shove my daughter back out.
Right.
And then they'll have to come and get me because it's the same problem again.
I don't know. Yeah, splitting them didn't solve the problem, apparently, like it was supposed to.
Well, but they joined them together. That was supposed to do it. But apparently she was able to get some aspect of Alessa back out. So Alessa just needs to hold it together. Alessa's got some problems.
And so the Cenobite is, instead of Pinhead, we have Sawblade head, right?
Yeah, this one is very much just a Cenobite. It is 100%
and we find out later that it is Carrie-Anne Moss from
somehow.
That's her character.
Yeah, Claudia. Okay. That at the end of the movie, this character that first shows up in a dream and then is out in the real world killing people where the cult cannot go unless they're marked a certain way. Then they can only be out a little bit. And Claudia is not that thing until a specific thing happens to her. Was somehow still able to go out and kill people and do this.
Well, I thought she was revealed to be that thing when not turned into it at the end of the movie, but rather that's her real, like her other form that she can take. But
see, I took that as like that was like a ritual that revealed that. So maybe I'm in the wrong.
I thought she was revealing the secret that she is, in fact, the Cenobite from before. But I don't know. Who gives a shit?
So you're saying that is the saw blade face lady in the game?
I don't think so.
I mean, it doesn't look very Silent Hilly. So it does feel like it might be a little bit more of a design for the movie. So yeah, the PI gets killed, gets his fingers ripped off. She has another vision of a guys in some like S&M masks hanging out on a bridge.
And like the cops are there immediately to take his dead body away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how quickly that happened. The mall cops are the ones that are like on the scene.
Well, I appreciated this moment of trying to have the like dip in and out of reality, less of a slow, like, oh, here's everything peeling away and becoming ash, which fine. But like that, oh, I'm now in this netherworld somehow. Like I've fallen down the elevator shaft, this like gigantic elevator shaft in the mall. Now I'm in some sort of boiler room pit. And oh, now I guess I'm back outside. Like that kind of more just in and out of reality, abrupt.
I guess the time could go differently but she comes outside and they're like, we found this coat, the coat that she had just taken off, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that's what they were trying to go for, I think.
So time was happening slower.
Yeah. That like, it was just, she missed some, like when you get abducted by aliens.
Right. And I usually like that kind of thing, like time displacement in horror movies, because that's extremely disorienting. I don't like waking up from a nap at like 6:30 and it's dark outside. So that really kind of freaks me out.
Do you guys think there's a difference between dreams and reality?
Well, fuck Facebook. I'll follow that up with, Yes.
Do you think there's a difference between dreams and reality?
Oh, what happened to the small talk? No, what's your favorite band? Do you Facebook? Nothing like that?
Fuck Facebook, do you?
Yeah,
what is that question?
Those are my two favorite lines from that scene by far.
Because but just cut to the scene and the crazy man laughing on the bus. She says, there's even like a line that leads into like, what are you, crazy? And then they cut to the crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was.
That's a rough one. Written by angsty teenagers for angsty teenagers.
I would have preferred they cut to a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
I mean, always want that.
This Pop-Tart is testing well with the audiences. Can you put some more of that in?
I want like a Pop-Tart wipe between every scene.
Right.
I was scared until I saw the frosting.
Well, nobody wants the unfrosted Pop-Tarts. I mean,
it's true.
That's why society is crumbling, because it was never enough.
Yeah. I only liked the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts myself, but that's thanks.
Respect.
Thanks, Dad. No, honestly, thanks, Dad.
He invented them.
Yeah. None of that strawberry crap.
Jim's from Big Pop-Tart money.
Yeah, exactly.
This bus discussion is total nonsense.
They go through an evidence box about Silent Hill. It's got notes, a medallion, and she picks up her first gun. And so that also seemed like a video game, like open the chest, you get a gun.
Right. Yeah. Her dad has been collecting anytime she has a weird dream, and then she writes about Silent Hill in her notebook. Her dad, Leland Palmer style, goes in and tears out a page of her diary.
Right.
And then hides it in a box with all her other stuff.
Yeah.
The seal that was in her hand and a gun.
And they should have found a chicken leg for her to get her health back. And they should have found, or a med. I'm sorry, a med.
Right.
Kit.
Or some roast beef in there, just like one of those like,
That's
cartoon with a bone sticking out of it, kind of
a disc to save her game.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause her dad's gone missing. There's a bloody note on the wall. But the gun is still there.
Yeah.
And then when we find out later that Sean Bean just left the gun when the bad guys came, he just fucked off. Cool.
Well, he was kidnapped.
Yeah. But then she doesn't even really use the gun very much, but anyway, so yeah, they take the gun. And what I love is that Kit Harington in this scene.
A gun? Why do you need a gun?
You just saw bloody writing on the wall.
Totally. Yeah.
And there's been a murder and you're like, why do you need a gun?
Just in case. So here's where we talk a little bit about the flashback about Sean Bean killing somebody.
I promised your mother I'd keep you safe, but I failed. I know you think we're running from the police because of the man I killed in Portland all those years ago. But the truth is, he wasn't just a random thief.
Get your things, we're leaving.
He was sent to take you back to Silent Hill.
What I love is like just after that, they get into this weird like history. I believe Silent Hill has been built on an ancient Indian burial ground.
Right.
And then they laugh at it, but they still maintain that it's a thing. So this comes back to John's theory of you can't make fun of something and then still do it. Like that's
Right.
Well, yeah, because
you can't do it.
It's also just dumb, and like that, part is pointing out that it's dumb.
Mhm.
But the idea that something's buried on an Indian burial ground. Congratulations, the entire U.S. is haunted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
that's not
Great.
a thing. But
it's also, they said, a prison colony built on an ancient burial ground, which I don't remember it being a prison colony in the first movie. It was just a town with like a mining town. There is a prison element that shows up in later games. But it made me want to think like, oh, it was a prison, and on top of that was built a nunnery of maniacs, and then they had this other. Like I wanted them to like have levels,
like a tower, like a Tower of Babel of evil,
of horror movie tropes.
Yeah. They kind of did that in Hellraiser Hellworld, where it was an insane asylum, and it got turned into a nunnery. Then Lance Henriksen bought it for his weird game rave parties.
Yes,
the worst part of hell,
gamer part,
LAN parties. So evidently, here's where we get a big reveal that Jon Snow was allowed to escape from Silent Hill.
I was born and raised in Silent Hill. I was chosen to come into this world to make sure you return.
No, that's not possible. The Order are trapped in Silent Hill. The Notebook said so.
It is possible for a few to escape.
Because of this, and it's the biggest carved out piece of flesh in his body.
Yeah.
I appreciate that they went that big and goofy with it instead of like a little secret sigil like on his shoulder or something. Just like, no, you got a hunk of flesh carved out of you by that guy in the mall cafeteria.
At the Sbarro's.
Yeah,
right.
He went to Claire's for that one.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, so the detective was hired by the Order to find her.
Yeah.
And then they sent Jon Snow to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just bad management. That's just
gotta have backup.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. Maybe Vincent just didn't call in and was we got to send someone else.
Not only is that all awful, but like Jon Snow has spent an hour with her and he's all of a sudden like, you're a good person.
Oh man.
And maybe I'm in love with you, but I'm not sure.
So this is a guy. So apparently,
yeah, he was born and bred for this. Literally.
the end of the last movie, the first one ended with the cult getting wiped out. That was Alessa's thing. She wanted to murder everyone, and then she did.
That sect of the cult. There was another meeting.
How big is this town? You got so many cults. I mean, is this Florida? Is this that Clearwater, whatever? Where Scientology is?
Yeah.
That would have been funny if I remembered the name. Anyway, but yeah, so this cult apparently.
No, John, don't worry. It wouldn't have been funny.
Thank you. It would have been. So for some reason he's still alive. He's been raised entirely in the town, trapped, knowing full well, I'm trapped here because this evil person put me here. The cult is constantly going, Alessa's evil. Alessa's the reason we're here. We need to destroy Alessa. And he gets out and he's like, yeah.
Well, it turns out she's just a normal lady. Yeah. He was expecting a monster.
I guess it's a Rumspringa kind of situation. Like they're like, you can be not mad at her for a week. And he went, that actually was really great. I'm going to keep doing this.
If you go out and you meet Michelle Williams, it might change you like that. So
that's true.
That's right.
I think he's fine.
They kept cutting to the sign of the hotel Jack's Inn as though it was going to be, maybe that's from the game. But it kept cutting to the sign as if it was like, I don't know, important.
Yeah. Kind of is, I guess, because like when they wake up, they're in Silent Hill. Well, because first they get all sucked into the dark world,
right?
And they have a conversation about how it's because she's getting too close. The darkness is getting too close to him, but then also express confusion as to what's happening.
Because you're part of Alessa. You're so close, you allow the darkness to break through.
Vincent, what is going on?
I don't know.
Wake up and are in the town, which I thought was the roads were destroyed to there. Like it was hard to get to. Thought that was part of the whole thing of the first one.
Right. But you can just pass out, wake up, and be there.
Whatever. Yeah.
But he mentions that she has to become whole. Her and Alessa have to become whole. They have to combine the two sides of the balloon.
Right.
This is the goal. This is our mission for this movie.
So we do find out that his grandfather, Leonard Wolf, is, of course, in an asylum, and he's got the other half of a medallion. So now we have to go find a medallion.
Who did you think? Now, this is the second time I think that he mentioned, well, he talks about his grandpa out of nowhere on the bus. I think a little later on, they mentioned it, shoehorned it in, and I started to wonder, oh man, I think we're supposed to be excited about who his grandfather's going to be.
Well,
did you have any theories?
I had no idea, but I will admit, like, for 2 seconds when he first showed up, I was like, oh, I like him, and that was about it.
Really? Mine was to audibly go, oh no. Oh no.
I thought, I didn't think it was going to be a guest star. I thought it was going to be maybe like a character, although there aren't very many characters from one. I thought maybe it was going to be like the detective that teamed up with Sean Bean in the first one or something. I was like, they were going to bring back a character from the first, and that's going to be the surprise. But no, the surprise was a guest star. We'll get to it.
I did like it when she walks into Silent Hill. There is this funny wide shot because they're so clearly like, let's set dress this main street here with creepy things. And there's like one wheelchair, because wheelchairs are creepy in movies like this.
That's right.
And then it just like focuses up on like the second story window. You've got some like just odd looking people up there. And that was like, it was such on the line of unsettling and kind of goofy.
Yes.
I was laughing, but like for a half second, I thought it was unsettling too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's good.
And
I don't know.
Yeah. It was unsettling. I thought maybe for a moment they were the grimming ghosts from Haunted Mansion. Like they're in the windows and stuff. They're like, they're going to go home with you.
Yeah, I like that.
They go over to one more window when it's Marley and Marley.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. But
who was the burnt
version.
corpse? This burnt corpse was from the first movie. Was that the cop lady or was it the mother?
Yeah, they make it a reference seem like it's the cop lady because that's who was burned. But I think it was more just
a burnt person.
Yeah, because that was inside of the church, which actually they go to later. And
but this was another bit of me going like, oh, there's somebody on the pyre there and I should care. But then there's so much backstory here that I don't recall any of it.
I honestly didn't realize this is insanely stupid to say, but I did not expect this to actually be a sequel. I thought they were just freeballing on this one. I thought they were just like, it's Silent Hill. We're doing this one now.
Like until when?
Until Sean Bean shows at the very beginning. Then I was like, oh, okay.
Good. I thought maybe until now. And I'm like, yes, John, that is dumb.
But like the fact that they kept leaning into it as hard as they did, I was not expecting them to. But obviously that causes all kinds of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because making a sequel to the first one would be stupid. Right. And it is.
And at this burnt corpse, she runs into, speaking of characters from the first one, Dahlia, who looks great. Deborah Kara Unger back again as Dahlia, and gives her a whole bunch more information. Yeah. Just a whole other lore dump that apparently like now the cult's the same, even though it's entirely different because there's a different leader now who is the sister of.
It's a rebranding.
The one, I guess. And everyone went on board with it.
It's like we've worked on marketing before. It's just like a rebrand where it's the same whole thing, but nobody's ever heard of you. So you just have to act like you're different, but it's all the same shit.
It's all the same shit. Okay.
New logo.
This is it's just such a video game. Yeah. This plot.
That like, why wouldn't there just be another cult that rises up and it's in this place and said, oh, I know why, because everyone died. Because everyone died in the first one, but whatever.
Video game or, fantasy movie, like, oh, there's a second cult.
Yeah.
Is this a different cult? Because they didn't even name the cult the first movie, right? They didn't have a
they were just
Order or something.
No, they were just I don't think they had a specific name.
Is this the Cult of Thorn? Maybe from is that the name of
Halloween?
the Jason
Halloween?
From Michael Myers.
Don't know, haven't gotten there yet.
But I think that's a fair point about it being very video gamey. Is that there are certain things that you can kind of just will accept in a video game. It's like, yeah, okay, sure. Palpatine somehow is returned. Which honestly, like saying that, this kind of feels a little bit like the newer Star Wars trilogy where it's like, no, I know that's what they said, but this is actually what's going on, where it's this weird sort of retconning and shifting things. No, we had the Knights of Ren this entire time. They were always cool and badass.
Right.
there's all this bunny imagery. So she's in this underground, she's more walking. This is where I started. I did get pretty bored. But I started wondering why she's seeing so many bunnies. She saw a bunny in her first dream sequence. There's bunnies here. And is it like Easter, resurrection, chocolate eggs? What are we doing?
I mean, you could make that connection. I just went, oh, that's from the game. I know that.
Yeah. See,
I see.
Can ask. Yeah.
So in the theater, people have brought their pink bunnies and throwing them at the screen.
That's what they hide the lead pipes inside of.
And chicken jockey.
Yeah. This next bit had a potential to be kind of fun because she walks around in a mannequin storeroom, and that's always creepy. If it wasn't for just like the wonky CG faces and stuff, some of this mannequin imagery could have been kind of creepy. And if this main monster that jumped out that was made up of collected mannequin parts,
the mannequin spider.
Yeah, if that was like stop motion from 1987, I would have thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. Like holding the faces and like decapitating the person on the thing and like adding it. Great idea. It just was, shot in complete, well, not shot, but like animated with complete like light all over it, and so it didn't work for me at all.
It didn't fit in very well. And I wondered if some of that like extra lighting was to like, oh, we've got to make sure it pops in the 3D.
We
got to make sure.
Could very well
it was better. It was better. It was bad, but it was better in 3D.
Yeah. It's cool. It's made up of a bunch of arms and mannequin arms and legs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's holding heads to guide it and replaces the head at one point.
The whole thing would be scarier. Like the woman on the table is, if we knew that these were people, we find out later that there are real people that are apparently wandering into this town.
Yeah.
And if we had any connection to them being, are these real people? Like that would be a little bit scarier. Like the mannequin is made up of mannequin parts that are people that used to be people. Like I want to know if the nurses are like formerly people and why they were dressed so sexy before they transformed.
You get the sexy nurse outfit when you apply for a job at Silent Hill. That's just kind of like the uniform. Yeah. But
Benny Hill was the main surgeon there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The woman on the slab there who gets decapitated was supposed to be the actress who played the woman who gave her shit for getting her clothes at Goodwill in the classroom scene, but she was like wrapped for the shoot. And then they were just like, new character then, new actress. That would have tied it together a little bit more.
Yeah.
How did she get there?
So that, but it's also, this feels like, something we complain about in like some of the Jason movies where it's like, well, we got to have a kill here. So let's just throw in a new character.
Yeah.
It's like, I got lost in the fog here. Wait, so did you live here or were you driving through? And then she just dies immediately. So thanks for showing up.
Fine. Yeah.
Now that John mentioned Benny Hill, I do wish that the end credits had like a scary Trent Reznor version of Yakety Sax.
That would have been pretty good.
I need to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make that in the comments below.
Or just, just like
running between Michael Holloway. Get on that.
Can you make Yakety Sax scary?
Yeah.
Can you?
That's the next Oz Perkins.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Does it have to be slowed down?
I think it probably does have to be slowed down. It's sort of
you can't keep that tempo and still be scary. So Sean Bean appears. He's tied up and he's under one of the, they call them lying ones, I think in the game, under one of those harmless, armless guys.
Yes.
And so he's there, but this is another long bit of her just sort of like walking around, looking at stuff, which sometimes I like, sometimes I'm not so into it if it goes on too long. Because again, like I want it to feel like I'm in a place and full of atmosphere.
Yeah, I didn't like the set design as much in this one as the previous one.
That's a really good call. Yeah. $30 million fewer in your budget will do that.
Wow.
Yeah, the first one was 50, and I think this one was 20. So, $20 million, still a lot of money, but your set design is important in a Silent Hill movie.
Now, I did not recognize Carrie-Anne Moss until I checked the IMDb later. Did you know who this was?
It took a few close-ups for me to put that together. But like, and I do like this set where she is like the weird demon thing that Sean Penn, I did it again. Sean Bean is tied to.
Yep.
It's cool, but it's just like the fact they're trying to make it the same cult. I mean, it'd be absurd if there were multiple different cults going on of the size that they are. But the fact that they're like, no, it's the same one is really bizarre.
It's different chapters. It's like the Buy Nothing groups on Facebook. You have different sections of town and they have their own cult situation.
Yeah, but those are like different people selling old pillowcases or giving away old pillowcases. These are people that are like, I can't breathe if I go outside.
What's a cult on a Buy Nothing group just being like, all right, look, I'm not going to get another sacrificial pyre. I'm not buying anything to participate in this capitalistic society. Where can I get myself another pyre from another cult? And a second cult is like, here you go. I've got something. The last guy didn't show up, so you better show up.
Oh, they never show up.
Turns out Gary was not the almighty. So now I have all this sacrificial gear.
Right.
All these steampunk glasses to go outside in.
Black robes in size medium right here that I can't get rid of.
Did you know that Cthulhu isn't even real?
Damn.
While she is walking around, she does look at a map. I liked that.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Because when I hit up on my little thumb thing, I have to go to the map very frequently in the game. So here, though, she does end up, the creature that chases her right here, kind of big, hulking, nonsense-looking guy with barely any face.
Gash face.
Yeah, she does manage to shoot him in the face with her gun, like coming through the head a little bit.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Again, 3D, worked out.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Some of the blood, I don't know if this is the scene, but some of the blood on one of the things got onto the lens of the, it's like on the TV.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that creature design a lot. It kind of like had like deviated septum that went nuts. That when it's practical, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I thought of the guy from that you play as in Splatterhouse, the old arcade game.
Yeah. This was a world. Apparently, this was a world where Smile Train is not does not exist, and they couldn't fix that.
Right.
That deviated septum.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, oh wait, you know what? I'm bored. And Heather, I don't usually talk shit about bad performances, but Heather she shoots this guy and doesn't seem scared enough. She just doesn't seem scared of anything. And maybe it's because she's half of a person and maybe the scared half is in Alessa or something.
Yeah. Right. Then we get to Malcolm McDowell.
Yes. Leonard.
As Leonard. Now, I did the point at the screen. I was like, Malcolm McDowell. Now, granted, has he been anything exciting in the last 2 decades? I'm not sure.
Tank Girl.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
I think I like Tank Girl. I've been meaning to rewatch that, but yeah.
What's better, this Malcolm McDowell as Leonard or the movie Leonard Part 6? Which is better?
Ooh. Well, there's the whole Cosby element of Leonard Part 6, so I think this automatically wins.
I just watched yesterday the trailer to Fat Albert. Remember that Fat Albert was a movie with Kenan
Thompson,
and Cosby is in it, and remember that exists.
Whoa.
Yeah, they enter the real world or something.
They
Isn't that
do.
one of those things?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys should review that.
Yeah, I think that's good. That is kind of a living nightmare that ties into this universe.
That's right. In the Cosbyverse. Okay, right. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
But I agree that a lot of it is she never really feels in danger from any of this stuff.
Yeah. The funny bit about this to me is that she's looking for the second medallion, and the second half of this medallion is just inside this monster's chest, which seems awfully convenient.
Yeah, it's inside Leonard, who knows everything that's going on, even though he's been in this asylum forever. Sure, why not? That's just everyone in this movie knows what's going on.
He
at all
was
times.
the leader of the cult.
That's fine. Yeah, so someone's probably still feeding him information. I don't know. I don't really care. But what I love is that he's like, oh, but let me feel the medallion so that I know that it's the right one. And that's just a boneheaded move. It's like, oh yeah, sure. Totally. The guy that was the head of the order.
Right.
Let's give it to him. And he's like, sucker, and shoves it in his body.
Yep.
Yeah. Like a CD, like a PS2 game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or like the CD Cenobite from Hellraiser 3.
I thought of that. I thought that this other half of the second half of this thing was going to be Jon Snow's carving on his chest. Like I thought that was like the secret map was, it was him all along.
Right. Like it fits in the middle and he can spin it.
But it was way too big to be that if they had carved it smaller.
So he ends up turning into a big monster because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's, I guess, what the seal does as well. And I think that, again, it's kind of a neat looking monster. It doesn't do much. It just sort of lifts her up and carries her down the hall until she realizes that she can just reach into his gaping side wound and grab her disc back.
I was at this point that I thought that Arya Stark was going to jump up from behind and stab him with some dragon glass. Ooh, since we're dealing with the Game of Thrones,
And a big
that
bad
would have
here.
been interesting, and that's not happening here.
It's just like, and just as anticlimactically, she reaches into his chest hole and grabs.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there it is. And then, he just dissolves. That's a wrap on Malcolm McDowell today.
And for so many anticlimaxes, this is the first of a couple.
She's able to summon Pyramid Head because Pyramid Head is the
guardian.
protector of Alessa that we've decided in this universe.
And he cuts off so many arms.
I kind of liked this part
Yes.
because it was so dumb and like goofy, you know?
Yeah, no one figures it out that like this is what this guy's doing. All these inmates that are inside these cells like keep sticking their arms out, and this giant sword keeps coming down on him and just hacking him off.
It's kind of like an Armageddon. I'll be right back.
Oh, God. Yeah. He's getting those arms for sure. Yeah.
The call to arms.
Yeah.
That's a call to arms.
God. Yeah. Farewell to arms.
There you go.
Yeah.
But don't worry, they're all armless. Anyway,
Yeah, there you go.
that's really maybe a big arm theme in this.
Yeah. All right.
But then she sees while she's escaping, like she's hiding from Pyramid Head, and she sees Vincent being wheeled into the asylum where he's been sent
Yeah.
to be cleansed or like cured. A scene that is a cool idea, but is real stupid.
Yeah.
The two mining guys, some of her cult member people are still dressed like I almost said
Bloody
mimes,
Valentines.
dressed like mimes.
Right. Yeah.
And they wheel him into this room where all the nurses are, and the nurses don't move until they see movement or hear something.
They're like velociraptors.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Like they're frozen in place, but you can see in that opening shot that one of them is like, "Oh, I chose this pose poorly," because you can see like the flap of her uniform like shaking because she's like, "Just I've held this pose for way too long."
Yeah.
They immediately are like, "Yeah, we're going to leave this guy in here, and the nurses only can attack him if there's a lot of movement. I'm going to go over here and mess with something." And like the two biggest adults to bring this guy in this room, they immediately get killed by the nurses.
Yep.
I couldn't tell if it was movement or sound because there's times where like she's whispering and they're moving around. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know the rules of the nurses. I couldn't tell. It wasn't clear to me what the rules of the nurses were.
Yeah.
Whatever is cool.
This is where the 3D eye stab, and then this is where the blood on the lens splattered onto the third dimension.
Because they stab the cultist guys. But
Right.
then Vincent's stuck in there, and if he tries to move, they start to sense him and joltingly move towards him. And then Alessa shows up, Sharon, Heather, whatever. And it's like, hey, let's get out of here. And then rather than just leave quickly, they spend a lot of time in there.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to get his arm. He still has one arm wristband stuck. He's stuck to the gurney.
Mm-hmm.
How is that shot? Because there's like the camera's stuck on the gurney as it tips over to the side. Was that kind of neat?
It was fine. It wasn't very 3D-ish. But like he has one arm still attached to the bed, and she's like, "Oh, we need a knife." And I'm like, "Well, good thing you're in a room full of knives."
Yeah.
The
That's
knife
an
room.
insane thing to say out loud.
They make it out, and they're very quickly back to the carnival from the first bit.
Yeah, because that's where the cult is. Their church is under the carnival.
Got it. So this big, giant, ostentatious thing that draws attention to itself is where you put your secret base.
The cult, which was also in the church, has a second location under a carnival.
It's a big cult, John.
I guess I still just can't. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason they're hidden under the carnival, so they got to go there.
And if they breathe the air, they will be corrupted. So they all have gas masks.
That's new.
No, they think they are so devout that they have convinced themselves that if that happens, they'll breathe the darkness. And then one of them takes off the hood and it does.
Right. Immediately.
So is it bad to be outside or not?
So you
because everyone else is fine.
You don't want to smell caramel corn and elephant ears? Like that's bad?
I do. That's why I would take off the mask. But it's
Right.
deadly for some people for some reason.
Immediately deadly to those people.
Yeah.
You do get the big overhead shot of the it's either the carousel or the big top that is so clearly the Umbrella Corporation logo from Resident Evil. Crossing the streams here.
The games are not related, I mean, at all, right? Just
other than their video games.
Yeah.
Right.
God, this is just where it all sort of falls apart because then, Alexa turns up and turns into this like teenage goth girl. And like, full of CGI and flames and just sort of like walks towards the camera for a little while. And then Sharon runs and finds Sean Bean and hands the Carrie-Anne Moss this like white medallion. And this is where the big old fight happens at the end of the movie that we're all clamoring for, right?
Well, which one? The hug fight?
Right. The one that ends in a hug.
Yeah, because when she and Alessa are having their standoff, now repeatedly she has been told, the cult wants to bring you here so you can rejoin Alessa, and then they can permanently kill Alessa and free themselves from that.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, okay, well, we don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to confront Alessa and we're going to hug it out.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I'm part of you and you need to let that anger go. And then for some reason, she absorbs Alessa rather than the other way around. Fine. I guess the power of love is stronger than the power of being granted powers by the devil. Again, that's gone in this one. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So she becomes fully Heather, I guess.
Right.
So that's fine. She's like, okay, cool. I have the power now, even though that's exactly what the cult wants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to the cult and have this standoff. Now that I'm super powered, I'm going to have the standoff with Claudia.
But that hug off was the second of two major anticlimaxes. Like,
yes,
she faces Alessa and it ends in a bear hug.
Yeah.
But it's like, because it's also like wasn't even shot that interestingly. It's all just like close-ups of their faces kind of morphing into one another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in this flaming, spinning carousel. Do more with that.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Right.
But then she goes down and confronts Claudia. They talk about who cares. But she gives Claudia the seal of Metatron, which is the thing she's been after the whole time. And then then that like reveals her to be that chainsaw.
She's a Decepticon.
Yeah. And then she summons Pyramid Head to fight this thing.
Yeah.
This is kind of what I was getting at, where it's MJ Bassett has so much more of this high fantasy element to it. Because like, yeah, she goes to find this chained up wizard in a castle. And now these two giant battle fights. This is what people would think of when they think of Silent Hill, is two monsters just having an epic brawl.
Elementals like fighting each other.
Yeah. And because all while this is happening, she is rescuing her father and they're just standing there watching.
Sitting there. Yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah.
I'm watching this movie. I'm watching this fight going, I do not care how this ends. Nothing is at stake for me.
Right.
Like either the bad guy with the sword wins or the bad guy with the chainsaw head wins. Whatever. Just leave.
Our protagonist has no stakes in this. She's not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, like she could if the chainsaw head woman or the saw blade head woman wins, that's gonna be bad for her. But like, it's also bad if you just just go. You have a clear shot, just leave. But they're just watching it. But they get out. Pyramid Head cuts off her head and it goes flying at the camera while it's screaming
towards the camera. Good decapitation shot.
Not bad. This is, I think, right after this is when my glasses. I did not charge them long enough, and my glasses died. I think shortly after that. So that might have been the last big hurrah.
I think it was a mistake having her scream, because then if you could have had that, if she was silent and then that silence coming at you in 3D, that would have been silence. I've never heard surround sound silence.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they get out, they escape, and then they go, oh, well, it's all over now. You've defeated the mass evil, so I'm sure all this fog will go away. And then Sean Penn's like, I did it again. Sean Bean is like,
Spicoli. What does Spicoli say?
Yeah.
Far out. Man, I've never seen the movie.
That's exactly
he's
what
like,
he says.
Your mom's still here. I got to go find her. Somehow it's a giant town that, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go find your mom. So I'm going to go wander off in this mist, which is also disappearing.
Yeah.
So wouldn't her mom just kind of be there?
You would hope. Maybe
she would disappear with it.
She got a job at the nurse's station. So
I guess,
she works at the carnival. She's in charge of the third thing that we haven't mentioned at the carnival yet.
The tilt-a-whirl.
There we are. There it is. I knew we'd find it.
Okay, I guess things are fine, but they're not, because then the ending sets up two different sequels.
Right.
Oh, right.
Because they're escaping, which I don't understand why you would leave Alessa with, why you would leave Heather with Vincent, with Jon Snow.
Right.
This guy's the architect of her pain.
Yeah.
Like, why is he fine now?
Well, he was supposed to be, but he failed at that. So he's okay.
He's a horny teen, so that's all right.
Yeah.
They get picked up by a truck, and that truck driver is a character from I think it was the PSP Silent Hill game, Silent Hill Origin.
Oh, hell yeah. Truck driver. Woo!
So he's Travis Grade. That's why he's like, I haven't been here in a long time. Okay, great, man. Thanks. Mm-hmm. And then as they drive away, the camera lingers as a police escort carrying like a prison bus
drives
through town as the mist starts up again. You just told me the mist was gone.
Yeah.
And it's not even like did we kill him? No, he's back. It's that you specifically said these people were doing this thing. This is part of Alessa. You have defeated the Alessa thing. Alessa is not involved in any of this. Why is it back?
Right.
Because they're wrong.
Yeah, I guess. But that's the person thing is setting up for Silent Hill Downpour. But like
where a bunch of ragtag team of convicts go into Silent Hill and
just one ragtag team of one guy.
Oh,
wrongly accused. So you don't have to play like a murderer or something like that.
It's like Con Air.
Yeah. There you
basically.
go. Con Air meets Silent Hill. I'd watch that. Final boss is Steve Buscemi.
They should have Pyramid Head and Sawface Lady. They should have hugged it out at the end. All the battle should have ended with a hug.
Yeah.
That love is stronger than all of this.
than Silent Hill. Yeah.
Hugging is stronger. It's not even love is stronger. It's just hugging is stronger. Than,
well, it worked in Deathstalker by Steve Costanzi. There is a hug that is important in that movie.
A powerful
hug. But and that's it. And Sean Bean just walks into the mist.
Yeah, he's gone because the mom's still out there. So I guess that's a third sequel.
He's going to find the mom.
Seems like an irresponsible thing for a father to do.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, for sure.
Also, aren't you a little bit pissed that you got my daughter into this mess?
Yeah. I think I'd actually probably say like, yes, daughter, we should just go ahead together and go rescue your mom. Like, I think
while you're there, I mean, it's just like stopping off somewhere else.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, because she's leveled up, she's a superpower now. So,
all right, let's honor our dead real quick. Unnamed member of the Order, stabbed by Christopher Da Silva. Unnamed girl, turned into plastic mannequin. Suki, played by Heather Marks, mauled by mannequin spider. Leonard Wolf, played by Malcolm McDowell, disintegrated after impaled through chest. 4 unnamed asylum inmates, arms chopped off by Pyramid Head. Claudia Wolf, played by Carrie-Anne Moss, decapitated by Pyramid Head.
Do you count I was wondering about the first movie. I don't know if any of them died, but like the armless guy from the first movie that the cop shot, is that a person that...
I don't tend to count creatures so much. But look, this is a fun bit in slasher movies, but once he gets into this kind of stuff, got to play a little bit fast and loose with the rules on this one. So.
Like I said, I still want to know if the nurses used to be people and they were horribly, it would be scarier if we knew that they were regular people who were then forced to live this,
for sure,
horrific existence.
Yeah.
The ending credits, by the way, there's a song. I think I mentioned the end credits on the last time I was on this podcast. The song is Rain of Brass Petals. This is the 3 voices edit. It is on the Silent Hill 3 soundtrack.
Ooh.
And I just noticed it because the lyrics are so emo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
I am the first,
right.
A shadow at the end of the hallway. I spin the carousel. The laughter recedes away. My finger on your lips. I stole something precious. And then the second verse is, I am the second, alone in a faceless crowd, a human caught in monochrome dreams. I scream to wake up. My voice drowns deep underground. Only the dead can hear me, see me.
Ooh.
And the third verse says, I am the third, and goes on from there. Yeah, but all 3 stanzas represent a different Silent Hill game, according to the wiki.
Oh.
The first stanza is about Silent Hill 1, and then the second being 2, and the third is 3. Anyway,
yeah,
I thought the song was kind of funny.
Yep.
Akira Yamakoa only did a couple of the songs. That was one of them where he redid that very emo song and a couple of other drops, but then it was a different guy did the music.
It's no yakety sax, that's for sure.
It is no slowed down yakety sax.
Right.
I did have a couple questions for you before we wrap up.
Okay. Shoot.
One is Roberto Campanella as Pyramid Head, or as he is in the credits, Red Pyramid. How do we feel about him? I don't know if he comes back. If we're going to see him in the upcoming, if he's going to, just like... Yeah,
it's equally as pointless in this movie, but at least they gave him a better role, I guess, in terms of no, he's specifically this thing for Alessa, not just this random free floating.
Right.
Is this actor, though, as stoked to be, to play this iconic character as Jason, the actor that plays Jason? Who is that?
Kane Hodder.
Right, Kane Hodder.
Well, I did read that for this movie, his makeup effects went from 3 hours to 25 minutes. So I think that has a certain level of being stoked.
That probably helped.
You know,
Yes.
don't have to spend as long. So I bet they just plopped the pyramid head right on top of him, and he's good to go.
Well, his head had formed into that shape, so it was a lot easier.
Well, that's the second question.
Right.
What other shape is pyramid the scariest head shape? Is there any other shapes that you think would be as scary? A rhombus or a
cone? I mean, like it's kind of a pyramid head, but a cone.
An upside down triangle is kind of like, you know, that would be scary.
Yeah, if your head is the master control program, like that's upsetting. That's not a great shape.
Or a cylinder, or Zordon from Morty Morphin Power Rangers, a cylinder head. And then my final question: other Konami games that would make good movie series. Some options are Contra would be something. Turtles in Time. TMNT is already a thing, but Turtles in Time. Of course, Frogger. The Frogger movie would probably be pretty good. Q*bert, I think Konami maybe had something to do with Q*bert, but he's already in Pixels.
Yeah.
And then, but the most obvious one that should be a movie franchise is Dance Dance Revolution, of course.
Well, I mean, that would you got your Dance 3D movies that I know that both of you are fans of.
Step Up 3D being, of course, the best movie.
Right.
That there is.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, it kind of already is.
Right.
Dance Dance Revolution. In fact, there's Step Up Revolution.
That's a discussion from another podcast that doesn't exist as far as this podcast is concerned, right?
That's right.
You guys going to step up and do the Step Up podcast? Is that what you're thinking about?
I mean, I really only like 3. My Revolution was okay, but I haven't seen the rest of them.
You're right. You're absolutely right. 3 is the best Step Up movie, and fight me on it.
Right. Well, Rob, after watching these last 2, are you going to rush right out and see the new one coming out in the theater?
You know, if you two are going together at the theater, if you happen to find yourself, I would love to be the third wheel.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, we will let you know because we've never done a series where we had to go make sure we go see the new one to finish out a series. We've done it before. Final Destination. We kind of did a bonus run at it, but we gotta find out where this one's playing here in Portland and make sure we get out to it.
Just like I haven't changed my 3D DVD since I watched Texas Chainsaw, I also haven't been to a movie theater for a long time, and it will be funny to go back just to see Silent Hill. Although I might go see 28 years later in the theater.
I'm gonna see that one. Yeah.
People have negative opinions of that last scene of the 28 years. I
kind of liked it.
I liked it.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I watched it 4 times. I think rewound and watched it 4 times in a row.
It's one of my favorites of last year. Yeah. I think it's great.
And because I was moved by the movie, I was like dead mom stuff. I was crying. My mom was at the same time having cancer stuff. She's fine right now. But like dealing with mother stuff, and the mom dies and I'm crying. It's an emotional movie. And then this happens and I'm like, I bet some people are pissed, but I freaking thought it was
pumped the fist on that one. Didn't
I loved
you?
it.
Yeah.
Give me more Jimmy.
Right. We'll be hitting that somewhere in Portland. I don't know, like January 20th or 23rd or something like that. I looked on Fandango recently and I was like, it's not playing anywhere near me. And I was kind of bummed about that. So
no midnight screenings. We're not going to go.
No, I'm too old for midnight screenings.
I know.
But I do have a somewhat flexible schedule these days. So I'll be hitting that Thursday or Friday. Rob Campbell, is there anything that you want to plug before we get out of here?
You can still check out Green Shirt, a newbie's trek through the Next Generation, even though it's no longer about Next Generation. We are currently going through Picard, which is, we're in the middle of 1 right now.
I mean, man, I'm a big old Picard fan of the character, obviously, but those first 2 seasons, I had a lot of problems.
I have issues with the 3rd season. I actually would rather rewatch the 2nd season because I hate watching people bicker, and season 3 is nothing but bickering between people that should be getting along. It's not enough for me to be like, oh, good, all the characters are back. Oh, great, they all hate each other. That's not doing it for me.
Yeah, fair.
But I have watched. Anyway, Picard. We also do something called the DS9 Minute, where we are simultaneously watching episodes of Deep Space Nine, and then we have 9 minutes for each of us to say like 9 facts about it as quickly as we can. Yeah. And then if you ever find yourself in Milwaukee, Oregon, a suburb of Portland, I have a little retail store called Made in Milwaukee with local artists on consignment, and I make the t-shirts there. And if you need any t-shirts, shirtnerdery.com will get you some custom t-shirts. But thank you for having me. I hated this movie, but I don't hate that I watched it for this. I had a great time.
I mean,
It's just so boring and confused.
And she's not scared. There's nothing scary at all.
There's no real interest in presenting this as horror at all.
Yeah,
no,
it's just
that's a good
like,
point.
what if we did dark fantasy, which we've done movies like this before, but there's not even just, I don't know. It just is nothing that horrifying about it.
I have a huge bookshelf now for my 3D movies. I'll have those 2 movies, Texas Chainsaw and this with a couple of bookends holding them together.
Right. But I mean, we will definitely be thinking about whatever we pick next. Is there a 3D element in it?
I do appreciate
that we can rope Rob Campbell.
Bother Rob
because
about.
we can't possibly invite you back for a 2D movie. I mean, this man is advanced. He's on another D.
Just like last time, I will send you my invoice for the DVD.
Yeah, of course.
You can reimburse on my Venmo or whatever.
Can you Venmo a quarter?
You texted to invite me to watch this, and I think 5 minutes later texted back, all right, I bought it on eBay.
I sent that to John, and I was just like, I texted Rob, and within 15 minutes, he had already ordered it on eBay. So as always, I admire the commitment. Yes. I'm not going to say it's a commitment to a bit, but I admire a commitment like that. And so absolutely.
To the third dimension?
Yeah, a commitment to the third dimension. There you go.
I appreciate you guys, and I will always commit. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well,
always a pleasure.
All right, everyone. Well, strap in for the third one. If you're willing to see it in a theater, we are. So check back with us in a couple of weeks, and we'll have all of our off the dome, not really thought out thoughts on that movie because we
Silent Hill
because we plan on recording right after we see it and getting
this
it out
hill
to you.
just got a lot silenter.
Yeah. We're gonna die on this Silent Hill one way or the other.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
You should market this movie.
Yes. All right, everyone. Well, we will see you next time, and thank you again, Rob Campbell. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
This has been a Caretaker Press production. It was produced by James Strayer and edited by John C. Myers. Logo by Ethan Kimberling and music by Michael Arthur Holloway, who you can find on Bandcamp. Follow us on Instagram at thismayhurtabitpod and email us at thismayhurtabitpod@gmail.com. Give us a 5-star review over on your favorite podcast app, and we'll see you next time.